Hi, I'm Twila K, and I am so excited to be here with you today and to share my story. I hope in some way it inspires you. Growing up on a small rural ranch, it wasn't always easy, but it was a heck of a lot of fun. When things went wrong or didn't go the way as planned, my dad would always say, "Cowgirl up, get on with it." So later, when it came time for me to trade my cowgirl boots in for high heels, well, it became woman up. So what, now what? Little did I know that one sentence would one day create a movement. At the age of 4, I knew I was destined to change people's lives. I know that sounds crazy, but I did. My parents would find me after school in my bedroom, standing in front of all of my stuffed animals, and the live ones too, teaching them about life and how to make things better for themselves, at least from a 4-year-old's perspective anyway. My parents had just bought a convenience store in our hometown. I remember there being a lot of long hours and sleepless nights. They worked hard to provide a better life for my sister and I. Many times we were right there with them, helping them stock shelves, count inventory, sweep the floors. Whatever we could do, we did. So by the age of 9, my parents' entrepreneurial spirits, well, they really grabbed me. And I started my first business raising livestock for show and sell. For the next few years, I learned a lot about business and a lot about how to make money. I also learned that to make it in the real world, you have to do things for yourself. At 13, I was singing professionally and was playing almost every nightclub and honky-tonk on and off the famous Las Vegas Strip with my band. We even had a record deal at one time. It was amazing. By the age of 17, I really was blessed. I had experienced and accomplished more than most people do in a lifetime, solidifying that belief in me that if it's to be, it's up to me. But you know what? That didn't last long either. Before I knew it, I had 2 kids, 2 ex-husbands, a career I didn't enjoy, and a life I was ashamed of. Somewhere along the way, I lost my strength, my confidence, and my independence. I had allowed one man to beat me and another to destroy my self-worth. Nothing mattered to me, not even my kids. For years, I made life choices that took me down a path of self-sabotage and misery, bringing with it a life-threatening tumor in my belly. Then one day, in walked an angel. His name was Arnie. He and I shared a common background of almost 20 years in real estate. And it was pretty ironic that we hadn't ever met or crossed paths before that day. It just proved to me that God really does put people in our lives for a season and a reason. I won't go into the whole story of Arnie here. All you need to know is that the door that he opened for me really changed my life forever. For the next year, I went through a series of intensive personal development seminars and came out a complete different person with more confidence and a much stronger sense of myself and the power to make anything I want happen. I also came out with the mantra, "So what, now what?" 2 years later, I was making all of my dreams come true. Moved across country, found and married the love of my life, and started the retail gift and gift basket business I'd been dreaming about for a very long time. Nothing could stop me. Until the day my mom called. And she said, "Baby, your daddy was killed in a car accident this morning." Everything stopped for me in that moment. It took me quite a while to catch my breath and get back on my feet again. But knowing my dad would be angry as hell if I didn't, I somehow found the strength inside to woman up and say, "So what, now what?" It wasn't long before my business was back on track and I was wanting to live again. But life happened again. Before I knew it, success had turned into huge failure. We were in the middle of the worst financial crisis our country had seen in decades. People and companies, well, they stopped buying gifts. A year later, I was closing my storefront and sitting in our attorney's office filing Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Over $150,000 gone. Our life savings, my inheritance, and my dream. All gone. All I wanted to do was go home, hide under the covers, and cry it all away. But something inside told me, no, you can't do that. Not this time. When we got through signing the papers, I stood up out of my chair with power and a strength that I hadn't seen in a very long time. I looked the attorney and my husband in the eye and said, so what? Now what? I can't do this ever again. And I can't let another man or woman do this either. I'm going to turn this all around, pay everyone back every cent they're owed, and make more money than we can imagine. Then I'm going to teach other people how to do the same. Never again will I or anyone else cry the tears or lose the money we just did. Not if I can help it anyway. They both stared back at me like I was totally nuts. But I didn't care. You see, I knew at age 4, and now again at 40, that I was destined to change people's lives. It was finally time to woman up and make that happen. A few days later, my business was back up and running out of our garage. I started selling online, and within a year had built one of the largest wholesale sugar-free diabetic-friendly gift basket manufacturing and dropship companies in the nation. Pretty soon, people from all different industries were asking me to help them turn their businesses around. I even started teaching underprivileged and under-resourced women how to start their own profitable micro-businesses through a nonprofit. Spoke at huge conferences, and played an instrumental part in launching the first International Gift Basket Association and National Convention. My dad would have been so proud. 5 years later, when tragedy struck again and we lost my mom to lung cancer, it was hard. But something was different this time. All of the experience of fighting through abuse, self-sabotage, failure, and devastating loss, well, it gave me the strength and know-how to once again woman up and keep going. That wisdom and power is what has allowed me to be who I am and do what I do today. And I wouldn't change that for anything. I love empowering, educating, and supporting women and men to create their own emotional and financial independence by becoming thriving entrepreneurs and successful life leaders. It's simply what I was born to do. I believe that you have what it takes, that you too can rise out of any situation you've been in or are in now. You truly can stop trading your time for dollars and create the life and business you will love. All you have to do is decide you can too and take the first step. And hey, I'll be here to help you all the way through. Repeat after me. So what, now what? Thank you for letting me share my story with you today. Really has been an honor, and I hope that in some way it has inspired you to get out there and start creating the life and the business you will love. Until next time, I wish you love, light, and success. Ciao.